Smacking, cracking, and watching. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe. Narcos, season 3, episode 10. This is the finale. This is it, y'all. It's going down. Going back to Cali. Cali. We waited all season for it. The time is now. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're dropping them comments. Hit like. We watched Agent Javier Pena and Murphy last season. We got to see Pena Mac in. We were able to grow with him in his career, where he went from being a field agent, field officer, to now field supervisor. He went from being a little bit of a hothead, wildhead, Mr. Ladies Man, showing a lot more constraint now. Things he did not understand in season 2, he may not understand still in season 3, or he does get. Season 3, he is less of a thought at the end of the day. We learned that the war is never over. It's an ongoing mission. In the previous seasons, we learned that Pablo Escobar did it bigger and better. He even built his own jail. The Cali cartel is great in their own right as well, because they made more money. But Pablo laid out the blueprint for what they did. We have Gilberto Rodriguez, his brother Miguel Rodriguez, we have Pacho Herrera, and we have Chepe Santa Cruz. These are the guys that ran the Cali cartel. In season 3 on Narcos, Netflix original series, we see how they went from balling to falling, how they went from extravagant lifestyles, multiple wives, mistresses. We learn how important the money guy is, how important it is to have your accountant and make sure everyone's on the same page. Without security, you're nothing. Without a good launderer, you're nothing. Without a good accountant, you're nothing. Without the flash, no one knows what you're doing. We get to see the politics, the media, the news, how it's all intertwined in the game. This drug game is a wild ride. I guess I really wanted to understand why they started at the top and knocked them all down from there. Typically, wouldn't you want to knock down the little person and work your way up? You know how on The Wire, they knocked down all the low levels and kind of got up top. They couldn't touch them, so they just started working their way up. Here, they knocked everybody downward, and they really only concerned with the head people. Different ball game, right? Gilberto's 6-month plan. They were going to do what they did for 6-month ball and surrender. That was the plan. Everyone wasn't for it. I thought his plan was good. The plan would have worked if everyone would have listened, but everybody wanted to be their own boss. Everybody wanted to do their own thing. There was not a lot of news reporter relationship showing in season 3 compared to the other seasons. My favorite characters would have to be Palomari, Jorge, and Chepe. It's crazy to see Jorge's story because he ended up in the U.S. in protective custody. He made it. He lived. I didn't think he was going to live this whole season. I'm just saying, I thought he was going to get knocked off. I also thought the chief accountant, Palomari, I thought he was going to die too. So Jorge ends up in protective custody, and he's working at like this Jiffy Lube type of situation, oil change type place, and they're just, oh, that's just, some regular guy. And you never know what someone's background story is. That's why you really shouldn't snap out on people, because they might just wild out and wow you and hurt you, and you wonder why people do crazy stuff. I thought the scene at his job where he had dirty, filthy hands and he was washing them in the sink, and they just show a hand shot as if he's washed his hands from it all. Wow. He's lucky. If anything, Jorge is the luckiest man in the world. Lucky he got the protective service. He's lucky he had the agents who were willing to keep going and dealing. I'm just saying. Because if it was up to Pena, he wouldn't have made it. Palomari, to see him testifying was a bit much. It was funny, but singing like a canary. Being loud, bigger than life. Look at me, look what I did. He's so proud. He's proud. It's crazy because Jorge and Palomari, they're still guilty of what they did. They're not innocent. They did their dirt. They got the protective custody, and that's what they had to do. What do you do? Going back to Cali. So they start the episode off with these moto girls, these motorcycle chicks. And when I saw the 2 females on the motorcycle, I thought immediately of the show The Wire, because some of you guys watched it. You would know exactly what scene I'm talking about. Snoop, the chick, the only female thug on the show, they dressed her up. They put her on the back of the motorcycle. It rolled up. People were unsuspecting and laid them out. Same thing. Trojan horse. Females go to the guard who's at the truck protecting the property. He's like, hey, you want to link up later? Oh, we got him. Take his truck. Guess who rolls through? And when I say rolled through, he rolled over the person's body. Pacho, cold with his boo, stone cold with his boo. Bodies are dropping everywhere, taking over the estate. Everybody's got to go. They even had a naked chick running randomly throughout the background. Like, what the heck am I in? Kills the mom. The mom, though, was so off the chain because she's still talking crap, being disrespectful to his brother, saying he's less of a man because of his situation. And Pacho just, after he does it, he just sits down. Gangsta. The 4 leaders of the cartel end up being imprisoned. And they're toasting, though. They're toasting in jail together, reunited. Wow. Italian mobster movies when people got antipas, trays of food and wine, and they just kicking it, having a good old time, just like they were on the street. At this point, everybody's looking for Palomari. Where the heck is he? Why? What's going on? What's popping? And the money guy is important. The money guy always has to go because he knows where all your bones are. He knows everything. He's the person who's the key to translating the ledgers. Jorge ended up saying something that was one of the best lines of the show. I'm a good man. Almost as if he was asking or telling or trying to justify everything that he's done. I'm a good man. And his wife leaves. Jorge's wife is there for her family. Palomari's wife is a dirty dog, bogus. His wife is cheating on him. Palomari's wife is cheating on him with somebody at her job, right? Younger guy. She does the most disrespectful stuff right in his face. He knows, but he never questions her for some reason. Pinion walks in the job and he's saying, hey, I'm looking for the chick. And he's like, oh no. It's like, nope, she's not here. But yet he runs in the office and he says, hey, people are here looking for you, boo. What's going on? All this baby. Phone is tapped. The boyfriend ends up linking up with David McGow's son, ruthless, savage David. And he's stressed out. His daddy locked up. You know, he got a baby on the way, obviously. His whole family is going to the crappers. And he's drinking. He's drinking. He's a hothead at this point. This fool felt like he could go to the cartels, to Junior Cartel. Feels like he can go to David and demand whatever he wants out of him. He's being rude. Most people would have their head down and just do whatever he asks. Just like the guy who ran the video to find out Jorge was at that location. He just did it, took the money, and walked out. You don't go to them, ask for the money, They do what they do. David got up and came back and meat tenderized that fool's hand. Had his hand looking like scallopini, melanessa hand. Pounded his hand out like a chicken breast. Tenderized him. Meat mallet. Windows 95, though. That's the operating system. That's so old and throwback. Wow. So Pena got to Palomari's wife, and he made it to her first before everybody else got to her to get rid of the situation. And Gringo steps into Jorge's car. When he stepped into the car, it was crazy because I didn't really see it coming. He has a slimy wife. They're going down the steps to come outside. He's not getting any radio contact with Jorge because Jorge's at gunpoint with Gringo. Gringo opens the door, and I'm like, Red, what are you doing? You gonna off your friend? You gonna off your comrade? Out of nowhere, Gringo opens the door, takes the keys. But like I said, him to have a gun, they never would think Jorge would be carrying any weapons because he's known just to have, walkie-talkie ammo. He unloads it on Gringo. Oh my goodness, he unloads it on Gringo. And that man had survived 2 seasons, body after body, creepiness after creepiness. Red is gone to be left in the street. Cars drive past him. Oh, he went out. Give it up for Gringo. David, North Valley with the late night drive-by took David out. That was unsuspecting, and he got shot. Jorge shot him up. You know what was crazy too about Palomari's wife? She said she wanted to call her boo. She's delusional. She wanted to say bye. Delusional. David. So North Valley, the enemy. North Valley offs David in a drive-by. David dies in a drive-by, and a man was snapping out in Spanish while he did it. He's like, who do you think you're effing with? After he shot him up. That was crazy. David, another one, dead in the street. Pena ends up quitting on his own terms. When he went on the record, he said, forget this job. He walked out on his own. Chepe escaped jail, out in them streets, and got gunned down. Another one dead in the street. Pacho Herrera. Dead prison riot. Not even prison riot. He was with his boo, and the gun was in the prison, and someone shot him. Damn. Gone. Dead. Pena gave his resignation, but he's looking at all this traffic coming on the boats freely. It's common. It happens very often. Pena can't even stay in the moment of being with his family, doing regular stuff, not working in his official duty. He's still looking out into the water. These boats just drugs and guns freely. And that's set up for Mexico. Going to Mexico. Mexican
brothers
cartels.
sent to different locations doing federal time. They already renewed. They already got the green light to do it. Awesome season. I loved it. I wish they would have gave us more Chepe. I wish they would have gave us more story on Pacho besides telling us the person he likes to date. I wish they also would have gave us just a wee bit more of Chris and Daniel so we could know more about them and what exactly happened to, what's his name? What happened to what happened to Enoch Thompson from Boardwalk Empire, Agent Duffy? Did they get sent back or something? I must have missed that part. It was a great season. I enjoyed it. What were your highlights? What do you think was awesome about it? What's the message behind it that you took out of it? Hopefully y'all rocked with me this whole season. I reviewed it from the first episode to the finale. I appreciate y'all for watching. This whole season gets an overall score 9.9. I enjoyed it. It was awesome. I'm just saying. It was cool. The rise and fall of Chepe Santa Cruz, Gilberto Rodriguez, Miguel Rodriguez, Pancho Herrera. I wouldn't say they're glamorizing the lifestyle, but anytime you put a camera on someone who's done wrong, isn't that glamorizing? So that is what it is. They're informing people of a story that happened. It's history. History is nasty. History is ugly. History is what it is. And it happened. Stuff like that is still happening. They're just showing that it's not just the drug dealers. Folks got to get it from somewhere. They had to get approval from somewhere. This money is they're not making money on they're not making money on construction paper. You know, where's it coming from? The show was great. They had great, almost took you like on a tour throughout Cali. They had all the different landmarks, the streets, the food, the people, the language. They kept it real, and I enjoyed seeing it. I enjoyed seeing it. It was enjoyable. It was a great watch. Can't wait. I'm not sure if y'all know when season 4 is dropping. Please let me know. If I can't even say that there's anything I disagreed with or that anything, I cannot even say that there was something I did not agree with or I didn't like about it. I'm not even going to go there as far as the depiction of women. That's what they portray, you know. Kept women, moms, wives, hushed people, a bunch of hushed people, and that's probably how it is. Everybody's got to be submissive if you're underneath someone of that much authority. Great finale. Great finale.